Hey everyone, I'm Marina. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me for my shop update video. My shop update that will be this week, Friday, January 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. And let's get started and I'll show you what I'm going to be putting into the shop this Friday. The first couple of yarns I want to show you are tonals, which are really great for garment knitting or for bridging some of those crazy variegated colorways in a shawl or a larger project, or just a really great accent in socks or to make a pair of socks themselves, right? So this is my first tonal colorway. This is called Dusty Sage. Dusty Sage is a really wonderful green. It has a little bit of gray undertones, so it looks really, really great with some grays. I use this color also in some pretty crazy colorways too, just because I think it looks great. So this is Dusty Sage. If you are interested in these yarns, I would also recommend signing up for my newsletter at pineappleyarn.com, and the newsletter goes out every 2 weeks right before my update, and it has listed photos of everything I'll be adding to the shop. Oh, I mean, it's great because who doesn't like looking at beautiful yarn, right? But it's also a great way to kind of plan on what you're going to purchase and kind of like window shop before everything's in the shop, just because some of my items do go quickly and it's really great to kind of have that in mind before you're in the rush to purchase things. So anyway, Dusty Sage. I will also have Glowworm on a few bases, and yes, this is a neon. This is very, very neon. It's a neon green, and I would definitely say that this is a pale neon green. I also will be having it on my gold Nani Twist base. So this is a gold sparkle. I don't know if you can see the sparkles. It is sometimes hard to have those show up, but just know this comes on sparkle too. The next colorway I want to show you is Pearl, and I love this colorway. It is basically, in my opinion, the most perfect gray. It is extremely pale, and so it's almost, it's not a bare tone of yarn, because bare yarn or undyed yarn it tends to be on the warm side for sure, but this is most definitely a pale gray, and it works with everything. It's definitely a neutral. So this is really nice. I will have this on several different bases. Lani Sock, Gold Nani Twist, which is a beautiful gold. It has gold stellina in it. It's beautiful. DK, I will have it on my Noe Mohair Silk, which is a lace weight mohair silk. And I really like using it layered with other colors. It's nice because, like in a mohair silk, it kind of tones down all the colors and just gives a really beautiful pale halo, which is fun. I love the gold Nani Twist in this pearl colorway because the gold stellina is just a beautiful contrast against this pale, pale gray. I know you can probably see the sparkles, but maybe not the gold tone against it, which is too bad. It's so pretty. Anyway, I wouldn't be true to my background, to the colors that I love the most, if I didn't go with another neon. This is called Saturn, and it is, yes, it really is this color. It's a very bright but pale neon, and I love some of those like pale neons. They're just, to me, they're very lighthearted and fun, and very sunny. And so yes, this is a pale neon. I love it with everything. It might be getting a little blown out right now, but it is a really, really beautiful neon yellow. And I think that's all I have for the tonals this week. So I'm going to go ahead and start going through some of these colors here. This is the next one I want to show you. It's a really unusual colorway, definitely a departure from things I normally dye. This is called Highs. It is a throwback to some of the yarn that I first dyed when I lived in Hawaii, and it's the name of a very upscale steakhouse that I went to. It's kind of a long story. I went there for my husband's work and with some customers, and it was just like, let's just say everyone was wearing black. I was wearing neon pink with gold sparkles. So I decided to make a colorway from it. And it was just so funny going to a place like this in Hawaii because it was very like old, like leather books and wood paneling on the walls, and very like something you'd think of at a library in an old house. And so this is what I did. I did the black for what everyone else is wearing, except for me. I did the brown, this like rich brown for all of the wood and the leather books. And then I did kind of a neon peach for kind of an ode to what I was wearing. So this knits up really fun, and I encourage you to go look on my newsletter and then also the listings in my shop starting Friday to see how this knits up, because it's kind of like a weird self-striping. It's not your typical self-striping, but just the way I dye it lends itself to some really, really funky socks. It would probably make an awesome hat, but I've only knit socks out of it, and it is so much fun. I am going to have it on a couple of different bases, but I also wanted to show you this. I will have a very few number of sock sets in the shop as well. So these are 50-gram skeins. I am going to pair them with a 20-gram skein of this black for heels, toes, and cuffs. For most of the socks that someone knits, this is plenty of it's plenty of yarn. So total 70 grams. But this is just fun. I started making up sock sets because I always have so much fingering weight yarn left over from my 100-gram skein, and that's why I make these little sock sets. So these are just really, really fun and perfect for socks. The next colorway I'm going to talk about is called Peachy Day, and it, like Highs, actually has this really pretty neon peach in it, but then it also has some beautiful aquas and some deeper greens in here. So hopefully you can see the colors a little truer so they're not being blown out. You can see the peaches, these beautiful, kind of like Tiffany blue almost, and then these kind of sage green, kind of a gray green, and then accenting this yarn is some really delicate fluorescent orange speckles. So that all works together really fun, I think, and I love this colorway so much. You can see them right here, and I have dyed up quite a bit on some different bases. I have my gold Nani Twist, my gold sparkle base. Let's see what else I have. DK, white tweed, which is really fun. So yeah, that's called Peachy Day. This is another really beautiful colorway called Pineapple Flower, and it is kind of an unusual blend of these deep kind of pinky peach bits, and there's some greens in there, and of course lots of really pretty delicate speckles. And I dyed this because when we lived in Hawaii, I used to grow, well, we all used to grow pineapple plants. We would just take the tops off pineapples and grow them because you can grow anything there. And I had some plants that looked just like this. So I was just really inspired. I took some photos and I was just really inspired by these colors. So I dyed up some yarn. This next colorway is called Kilauea Fire, and I love this yarn so much. It is a beautiful, rich blend of deep pinks and reds and oranges with lots of speckles, and it has some contrasting green speckles too, which is, I think, unexpected and fun. And I think this works really well as a tonal in different projects too, because it just is so predominantly pink and red. But this will be available in several different bases as well. And I just love like this right here. This section right here, here's some greens. This has so many speckles on it. I love it. The last colorway I'm going to show you is this one that I came up with. This is a new colorway from this week, and one of my friends on Instagram told me that I should call it Midnight Garden, so I'm going to call it Midnight Garden. It is such a beautiful lavender, kind of a neon lavender colorway. I'm going to come away from the light so maybe you can see it a little better. It's a beautiful tonal purple that I custom blended so I could get just the right shade. And then of course I had to add speckles. So I added several different colors of bright pops of neon speckles. And I have already dyed up a sweater quantity of this for one of my daughters. Surprise, surprise. But this is going to be called Midnight Garden. It is a beautiful colorway, especially if you like purples and if you just love really bright colors. This is a really great colorway. I love it, and I hope you do too because I dyed up a lot of it. So that is it for the yarn that's going to be available, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you about the kits that I dyed up this week. This new kit is going to be called Hammocks and Hibiscus, and I have dyed all this yarn to match the bag, and so I'm going to go ahead and give you an up close with this. I think these are so pretty together. I wasn't sure whether I was going to go kind of like bold and take some of these bold colors in this fabric for the yarn, or if I just wanted to really highlight some of the light colors, and I just decided to go light. Let me go ahead and show you the bag first. So this is the project bag that you will receive in the kit, and it is made from this gorgeous fabric I purchased when we lived in Hawaii, and I have been holding on to it, and I finally decided I need to just make something out of it. I need to make some project bags. It is the most beautiful colors, I think, with this deep fuchsia and these kind of like, I would say kind of a mustard yellow, I think these are orchids. I'm not a huge plant person, so I'm not exactly sure. But I love these deep green leaves in here. And I accented it with a light pink tab on the top and this really pretty mustard yellow zipper. All of my project bags have my signature enamel zipper pull. So this is no different. And then the inside, it's a zipper opening, obviously, and then the inside is this really pretty light pink. So this is just such a fun project bag. It's also a box bottom, so it opens up. There's a ton of room, and a lot of times what I do with them is I will actually fold down the top, like fold a cuff down the top, and it kind of turns into like a little basket or almost like a yarn bowl of sorts that I knit straight from the project bag. So I love doing that with these because they're interfaced, like they have a pretty sturdy interfacing in them. They're really durable and they hold up really well. So this is the project bag that will be included in the kit. So let's talk a little more about the yarn. This is a new colorway that I dyed up especially for this kit, and I thought it looked so much like the ocean and pineapples. All of these really pale colors, they remind me very watercolory and not chunky. I loved the technique I used for this. I thought it was so pretty. So you find the yellows in there. There's actually some really, really pale greens in there. You can see right there. Blues, kind of an aqua blue to mimic the background of the bag. And then I also put some very delicate pink speckles for the hibiscus. And then also some green speckles for the leaves. But I really like that I went this route going with some paler colors instead of doing like a really bold colorway, just because I don't normally do a lot of pale colors, and I've just been feeling pale, kind of some pale colors lately, and I thought this looked really pretty together. So yeah, I really like those together. So in addition to the project bag and the yarn, you will receive this gorgeous little progress keeper or stitch marker. So this is just the cutest little ginkgo leaf. It's a gold tone, so it's just super, super pretty and warm. I thought it would be fun to pair with this fabric. It's very lightweight, so it's easy on your knitting. It's really nice to use with a lighter fabric, and I thought that it would be so fun to pair with this larger clasp. And the reason I wanted to do that is because I kind of enjoy using the larger clasps sometimes, because then you can use them for stitch markers too. You can put them right on your knitting needle and use it for stitch marker. Obviously it opens up, so you can also use it for your progress keeper. So those have been really fun to use. So those are the 3 items that you will receive in your Hammocks and Hibiscus kit this starting on Friday. I also poured up a new candle. It will also be called Hammocks and Hibiscus. I do have a few scents in the shop right now with the candles, but this will be a totally new scent, the Hammocks and Hibiscus scent. It is a beautiful floral, fresh scent. It has rose, carnation, gardenia. I think it does have a little bit of greenery in it as well, gardenia, and so it just has this really wonderful, true floral scent. I don't like heavy scents, and this one doesn't have kind of any powdery scents or anything like that in it. It's a very wonderful, fresh, springy floral scent. While I'm talking about candles, there was one thing I meant to tell you last week with my clubs. For those of you who know my products, you know that I have monthly clubs. One of those is a yarn and candle club called my Glow Club. And this month I've actually put a new option in the Glow Club where you can just order the candle. And so if you are interested in only the candle, or if you're maybe interested in buying a couple of my different clubs but wanted to try the candle from my Glow Club, that is an option this month. So I wanted to make sure to point that out and let you know. But yeah, this is what it will be, and if you like candles, if you're looking for a gift, I encourage you to go check it out in the shop, because I have received the most positive reviews for my candles, and they started off as kind of just a little extra that I added to my advent calendar last year, and they are really becoming quite the mainstay in my store because so many people have really enjoyed them. So thank you for trying them out, and I'm really glad that you enjoy them. So thank you all so much for joining me in this shop update video. I was so excited to show off all of the new products I had and the yarns and the kits that I'll be adding to the shop. I always really love showing you what I've been working on because all of these things right here take 2 weeks to prep and wind and photograph. It's just me in the shop, and I'm also taking care of my family as well and all my kids. And so it really does take quite a while for me to get all these products together. And I'm always really excited to show you what I've been working on because I'm very excited about them and I think they're all so beautiful. So I hope you enjoyed it. And I really appreciate if you join me on the shop update again, which is Friday, January 24th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time at pineappleyarn.com. And if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, you can do that at pineappleyarn.com. If you have any questions, you can contact me there as well. But I hope you have a great week. I hope to see you at the update, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye!